What's going on, plugins? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to talk about Emoni Bates draft stock. Before we get into this video, make sure you drop a like, and if you're new here, sub to the channel and become a part of the family. Now let's get into the video. Emoni Bates just ended his sophomore season at Eastern Michigan, and many people have mixed feelings on it. Some say he had a great season, and some say his season wasn't that impressive since he lost a lot of games. Eastern Michigan ended the season with an 8-23 record, and they were 5-13 in their conference. Most people will look at this as a failure of a season, but to me, he had a great season on the court. Yeah, I would have liked him to win more games, but he still performed well. It was a lot of expectations on him during his sophomore season. He averaged 19.2 points and 5.8 rebounds per game. At times this season, he looked like one of the best scorers in college basketball. He set a career high this season, dropping 43 points against Toledo. He also showed out when he played against South Carolina and Michigan. He showed he can play against the best of the best, and the moment wasn't too big for him. Despite losing both games, he showed the world he's an elite prospect. He had two 30-point games. He dropped 30 against Michigan and 36 against South Carolina. These two games were very important because these were the only two games on the schedule where he would play against Power 5 schools. So if Emoni Bates struggled against those teams, that would have been a red flag for NBA scouts, and that would have hurt his draft stock. But the big question is, did Emoni Bates do enough to be a lottery pick in the 2023 NBA draft? He hasn't declared for the NBA draft yet, but I don't see him coming back to college for his junior year. If he did come back for his junior year, he should transfer to a Power 5 school. But plugins, do y'all believe he'll be a lottery pick in the 2023 NBA draft? Drop your opinions in the comments. As of right now, Emoni Bates is projected to be a late first round pick or a second round pick, but he could end up in that top 10 or top 15. A team that's desperate for a player who can score the ball at a high level right away might take a gamble on him. Even though he's not an all-around polished prospect, his ability to get a bucket from anywhere on the court can't be denied. He's a 6'9", 3-level scorer. With his ability to stretch the floor, he can create his own shot, and he has a good handle to get himself open. He is shifty with the ball in his hands, and he has some good footwork. His pull-up jumper is elite. Being as tall as he is and being a great shooter, he can pull up over defenders with ease. So his combination of being a good jump shooter and his ability to break down defenders with his ball handling will immediately translate to the NBA. And he's a great ISO player, and that could also be his downfall. We can make the argument that's why he didn't win a lot of games this season. But any team in the NBA will love to have a prospect like him. His ceiling is being like a Kevin Durant type of player if he develops well. But if he somehow drops to the second round, whatever team gets him will get a steal. In my opinion, he's a first round talent. At the beginning of the season, he wasn't even projected to get drafted. So for him to come out his sophomore season, bounce back from his disaster of a freshman season at Memphis, and average 19 points a game this season is great. He had about 13 games with 20 plus points. We all know he can score the ball, but Emoni Bates has to work on a few things if he wants to be successful in the NBA and have a long career. He needs to show he can be a leader on the court and make his teammates around him better. Since he didn't win many games, NBA scouts can knock him for that, saying he can score at a high level, but can he make his teammates around him better and win games? Y'all feel what I'm saying, plugins? Nothing against his teammates at Eastern Michigan, but he wasn't really playing with elite talent. In the NBA, he will be surrounded by better players, hopefully. Best case scenario for him is to get drafted to a team who already has a superstar or a team with a lot of veterans to show him how to be a leader. For example, him getting drafted to a team like the Blazers will be good for him because they have a star player in Dame who can mentor him. Going to a young team like the Houston Rockets would not be good for him at all because they are a young team and the franchise is in turmoil. Emoni Bates also needs to put on some weight and get stronger. He lacks strength and has a small frame, but with the right trainers in the NBA, he will probably put on some muscle. The last thing he needs to work on is improving his defense. He's not known to be a good defender, but he plays the game hard, and if he becomes locked in on the defensive side of the ball, he should be a decent defender. So will Emoni Bates be a top 10 pick in the 2023 NBA draft? I guess we'll find out. Make sure y'all drop a like on the video and sub to the channel. Turn on post notifications so you know when I post. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you in the next video. Till next time.